Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome everyone to Quality Improvement Methods. And today we will talk about the development of Six Sigma and the beginning where it was about for the Six Sigma, the role of Motorola and General Electric in developing this method, and how it become today, the phases that's been through. Also, the introduction of Lean to the Six Sigma, as well as also we will talk about the measurements of the Six Sigma. So let's start from the beginning. The beginning was started from Motorola Corporate in the 1980s. They started the Six Sigma as a concept in the beginning when they discovered that products that has the highest yield or the good quality that achieve or meet the customer requirements and increase their customer satisfaction. The beginning was from this, and they started the concept of focusing on the customer requirements. Later, General Electric came when the CEO of GE, Jack Welch, he established the beginning of the Six Sigma, or he put it in a practice as we see it now, and they saved $12 billion over the 5 years by implementing the Six Sigma and lowering the cost and at the same time build better leaders for the organization. You will see this word always comes with the founders of Six Sigma, both Motorola and General Electric, believes that Six Sigma is not just for solving problems, improving performance, reducing defects or variations, but also if you adopt it as a strategy in your organization, it generates leaders in your organization. So the beginning was from Motorola in mid of 80s by Bill Smith, and then General Electric launched the Six Sigma initiative that we see it today from 1995. Through the other companies also, they adopted the Six Sigma after Motorola was started the concept or developed the concept. Until today, the Six Sigma, we see it implemented, not as we say, just to reduce variability, which is the main focus, but if you can adopt it in a way that also will develop the human resources in your organization. Motorola says, the CEO of Motorola, Chris Galvin, says that Motorola is committed to developing these leaders. We provide these people with extensive training in statistical and interpersonal tools, skilled guidance, and management support. Once their development has achieved a level worthy of recognition, we even have a term for those exceptional individuals, Six Sigma Black Belts. They call those people as a Six Sigma Black Belts the leaders in their organization by train them for statistical tools, interpersonal skills, and management also. And they support those to become leader and the future leader for the organization. So as you can see, Six Sigma, if it adopted as a strategy in the organization, top to down, this is a result. This is what you can see. The company, like General Electric, had been trained in this company. Any employee in the company can access modules, training modules online in their system for their employee. And one or of the categories for those modules can, as you see here, improve your communication skills, your technical information. One of those modules, it has a set of trainings only dedicated to Six Sigma. And those trainings, when you finish them, there is a small assessment at the end of the training. When you pass it, then points will be counted in your official job number. So the company can track your development, your career development automatically by just pulling the data and the information from the system. Also for you as an employee there, you develop your skills, you develop your knowledge, as well as the Six Sigma is a main module and main training for all the General Electric companies over the world until today. So that's how the founders of the founders of the Six Sigma methodology, General Electric, Motorola, they believe on the Six Sigma, and they believe on the results and how it can be exceeding the customer requirements into a business strategy. The Six Sigma development was through many phases until the phase that we see it today, which they call it the enlightenment, واللي هو period of الإضاءة أو إنها بدأت تشع مضيئة تكون Six Sigma. The period of evolution, it was in the beginning of the 80s, 1980s, or mid of 1980s, where the development completed, or the evolution completed by Motorola, as we say. And through this history, the evolution of the Six Sigma has multi-dimension enforcing business strategy in different aspects and objectives, improving process, lowering defects, reducing process variability, reducing cost, increasing customer satisfaction, increasing profits. So these كلها كانت على مر الوقت ومر التاريخ كانت أهداف تتراكم حتى أصبحت in the period of enlightenment as strategies or goals in the Six Sigma. So these are the dimensions of the goals of the Six Sigma: improve process, تطوير العمليات, lowering defects, تقليل الأخطاء, reducing process variability, تقليل المتغيرات في البروسيس. So if the process set to be finished in 3 minutes with a tolerance of, let's say, 30 seconds, then any the processing time, if it's exceeding this tolerance, that it's a variability. So the variability المتغير انه قياس للاداء تحدده، وبعد كده اذا تعديت هذا قياس الاداء سواء للعمليه او للمنتج، then this is process variability. Reducing cost واضحه، يعني increasing customer satisfaction، رضا العميل. Increasing profit، طبعا زياده الارباح في الاخر يجب انها تكون one of the goals of your business strategy. So many companies, as you can see, adopted over the time the Six Sigma. Texas Instruments, Motorola again, Allied Signal. Most of them are, or all of them, we can say that American companies. General Electric, Nokia again, Lockheed Martin, military equipments or military weapons here company, Ford Automotive Company, Bank of America. You see here another new industry comes in the way, and thousands of other companies, well-known names, adopted the Six Sigma. So the period of evolution, then period of design, then period of refinement اللي هو يعني تنقيحها. The period of results, this is what you are learning here in the quality improvement methods, what you are learning in the DMAIC and the Six Sigma methodology, and as well as the Lean and the DMAIC-V. All this become here in the period of results. And then period of awareness, start to spread it out for other government sectors or even countries. Both of them, they adopted this method. Period of adoption معناها Other countries, they start to adopt this method. Other the few companies at the beginning, like General Electric, Light Signal, Motorola. Now more companies, they start to adopt it after the awareness of the results and the impact of the Six Sigma, until the period of alignment, which now until today we are in this era of the Six Sigma development. Why the Six Sigma? And to answer it quickly and short, I would like you to bring any method and put it here in the comparison with these elements for comparison, or criterions. And then after you assess both of them, you can tell why we use the Six Sigma. These criterions اللي هو المعايير, I want you to put it as a comparison factors, يعني نقاط للمقارنة with any methods, and see if it fits or no, and that would result or answer you why Six Sigma. Six Sigma can work as a business strategy. استراتيجية. Using Six Sigma, you can use the Six Sigma for your business strategy and plan for action and drive revenue increase. ممكن تحط strategy to increase our revenue by this target, and you start implementing the Six Sigma in the divisions associating with the strategy of your business. Vision, you can put it in an even upper scale than a strategy. لأنه strategy comes in the planning. Vision, this is something ongoing. You will have it for your organization. So you can use the Six Sigma as a vision. Helps the senior management to create vision. For example, we are going to provide batteries with defects free, and or with the positive environment to the organization, or with zero tolerance, or with customer satisfaction guarantee. You can put this as a vision, and then you can put the strategy and the actions and goals under that vision that you develop it based on the Six Sigma concept. You can put it definitely after you can do it in upper scale like strategy and vision. Easily you can put it as a goal, and you keep this goal, and you achieve it, and you put it as a target to achieve the organization goals. So this is a lower scale compared to the strategy and the vision. You can put or use the Six Sigma as a benchmark. Six Sigma allows you, or actually you have to do that in some phases, to improve your process metrics and stabilize your process. And after that, you also again improve the stabilized process metrics. المتركس هي وحدة القياس. So you compare yourself with the best practices you adopted, and you see where are you now after you adopt this, and then you again improve قياس أداء عملك after you stabilize the process. So it will be always continuous improvement by benchmarking yourself with the best practices. Statistical measure, and this is very unique here in the Six Sigma. Until here, this is very unique factor or criteria in the Six Sigma. It's a data driven. We are not talking only about philosophy and theories. We are talking about a method that uses statistical analysis to identify root causes of problems and calculates the process performance, and it has its own metric, which is the Sigma unit or the Sigma level. As we will see later, we can say that the performance of the process follow, for instance, 5 Sigma level or 3 Sigma level. And this is a data-driven calculation, is not a theoretical. So this is gives the method, actually what I believe gives this method the robust and the strength robust يعني قوية. Only methods available in the market is the Six Sigma that document all the problem solving or all the project. It has a systematic way of documenting. I've been working in Six Sigma projects outside the school with other government sectors here and in US, and every project you end up, you have to have a closure report that designed in a systematic manner based on the phases of the Six Sigma, and that will be a document, a useful document for the organization. So when they want to keep improve themselves, they have a reference for the last practice or the last improvement they have done or the last problem solving. Actually, even when you apply for the Six Sigma belts, which we will see it later, what do we mean by the belts, or the Six Sigma exams, the American Society for Quality, for instance, they require from you a summary of your project report document in a specified template and signed by all the stakeholders, you and the company or the organization or the government sector. You have worked with them to prove that this was actually done in the project. So that's why the Six Sigma methodology improvement, if it's used in the right manner, and this is the important, if it's used in the right manner, they can consider it as a bulletproof and highly yielding returns. So it can give a very high and good results, and also keep sustaining and maintaining the improvement over and over, because you documented the project and you documented the work, so you can return to it and continue the improvement. When you put these criteria with any other methods, ask yourself whether all these applied or no. That's why the Six Sigma is commonly used, and we have seen it adopted in several different industries and many companies. And now maybe the question comes, is the Six Sigma only for manufacturing? هي فقط للتصنيع والمصانع? And to make it simple, I refer to it with the same answer. Is industrial engineering only for manufacturing? No. The same as for the Six Sigma. Six Sigma can be in any industry, bank industry, software, medical, healthcare, education. It's been successful in improving process in all the different industries: sales, operation, marketing, finance, customer service, human resource. And why it can be applied in all these different sectors? Basically because any of those sectors will have two key problems to be resolved, which are the defects and delay. If you look to bank, if you look to healthcare, sales, they either have defects or delay or both of them to be solved. And that's why the Six Sigma can fit anywhere. The key success factors for Six Sigma, and those factors as very generic, but in touching all the directions that to have a success in Six Sigma implementation: committed leadership from top management، لأنها تحتاج دعم الإدارة العليا في الorganization. Integration with existing initiatives, business strategy and performance measurement, and that's mean التكامل ما بين البراكتس الحالي وأهداف المؤسسة وقياسات الأداء. So all these three, they integrated together in the Six Sigma, and you look them as a one picture, as well as if you are working in a small project, It's also sometimes you work in a small project with a small scope for a certain process to be improved, but it needs an integration between the objective of that process, or the goal of that process, the goal of improvement, and the performance measurement and the current practices. So the integration of all these factors, it has to be done regardless of the scale of your project, whether you are working in a strategic level in the organization or in a small scope for a certain process. It's a process thinking, and you always have to look to the process, how it works, so you can improve it. Displaying customer and market intelligence gathering, so you have to collect data and measure your customer requirements and the market needs, and what is the existing practice in the market. A bottom line orientation and continuous reinforcement and rewards. There is always will be continuous improvement and changes towards improvement as well. Training is very essential in the Six Sigma to have a successful Six Sigma implementation. When we compare the Six Sigma and the traditional quality methods like Total Quality Management, TQM, we see there how TQM, for example, it's a philosophy of quality improvement, where the Six Sigma, it's a philosophy, but also focus on reducing defect and reducing cost. So it's very precise and specific in terms of the focus. Here, it's overall improvement of the quality. The TQM encourage involvement of all employees in the organization. Six Sigma rely on selected group of highly trained employees. Remember, Motorola, they invest in their training those people in the organization, so they can use them as a team to fix and improve processes that cause variation or increasement in the cost or increasement in the defects, so they reduce cost and defects and variability. So it's a specific team, they work in this implementation of the Six Sigma. Senior management in the TQM provides direct support. The Six Sigma, the senior management are accountable for the result. They are part of the project. They cannot just be there to have only the data and the information, and the project needs their commitment and needs their involvement where the places that need their authority for changes and taking actions. So the senior management here accountable compared to the support only in the TQM. The Six Sigma frameworks that follows, and there are the two common frameworks in the Six Sigma. Whenever you open a Six Sigma book or you search online, you see those two frameworks that's very highly used. DMAIC, DMAIC-V. DMAIC, which stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, Control. تعريف، قياس، تحليل، تطوير أو تحسين، تحكم. DMAIC-V, Define, again, Measure, Analyze, Design instead of Improve, Verify instead of Control. فهي قياس عفوا تعريف، قياس، تحليل، تصميم وتحقق. This method, the DMAIC, is used to improve the current capabilities of an existing process. So you have existing process, يعني process موجودة حالية يعمل بها في organization, and you want to improve it. This is by far the most commonly used. معناها the most common used in the Six Sigma frameworks is the DMAIC. And for many reasons. One of the reasons, the working on improving existing process, sometimes it's a lower risk and more economical than designing a whole complete process or a product, for example. And many other reasons. Maybe we can explain the reasons why the DMake is more common than the DMateV, but this is the more commonly used, and it's working for existing process. The DMateV, on the other hand, used when need to create a complete redesign of a process or a product or a service to meet customer requirements. DMateV teams are usually staffed by senior managers and Six Sigma experts because it will need highly trained and advanced training to conduct DMateV, since the tools are advanced in statistics sometimes, or needs more experience in implement them. And by the way, sometimes you work on the DMake framework and you come to the analyze phase, and then the analysis of the analyze phase or the results of the analyze phase says that maybe there will not be chance to improve the existing process or the product or the service you are working on to meet the customer requirements. So maybe the results comes with the organization to design a new process or a product. So you basically start with the DMake, but then you move to DMateV after the analyze phase, and that's common also. I've seen this before, and that's why the first three phases, they are common even in all or most of the tools to be used in the two frameworks, except some tools are designed only or associating مرتبطة فقط with the DMateV three phases, يعني the define. There are specific tools for the define only if you are using DMateV. That's if you have from the beginning the decision that you will work in DMateV. So you are going to design a product from the beginning, and they call it design for Six Sigma. There is a recorded session on the channel. You can watch it and talks about the design for the Six Sigma. So the DMake is for existing process and DMateV for a new process. And when we say process, whether a process or product or a service, and at the end to meet the customer requirements and reduce variability, definitely. So moving on to the Six Sigma belts. The Six Sigma belt, starting from bottom to top, we have white belt, which is the knowledge based about problem solving, and then the yellow belt, the practical implementation of the problem solving and review process improvement, and you be a part in a team or a team member in a project. The green belt, they lead projects, assist with data collection, and analyze for black belt projects. So the lead green belt projects, and the yellow belt is the different than the yellow belt in terms of the participation here and in terms of the leading. As you can see, the word here, what I would like to emphasize is the word leading. It becomes, you see, it becomes more and more in the coming level. Even in here, when you say that the master black belt, you will see that is even it's a master level of leading, and that's referring to the word from Motorola and General Electric. They provide leaders. This is not just a regular methodology of solving problems. They provide leaders, and that's why it's about leading. Is not just only knowing the statistical tools and methods and objectives and goals and how to use them. The leading team and getting the results of the projects, using the right method in the right time, organize your work and complete it on time, and document your project in the proper way. That's the skills you will all gain when you implement projects of Six Sigma over time. The black belt here lead problem solving projects, so it leads projects and also train. And see here, and the inheritance of the Six Sigma comes when you become black belt or master black belt, or you've been experienced in the Six Sigma project. You start train people, and it's not just about solving problems and leading projects. It's you start sharing this knowledge. And that's why, if you recall, in the phases of the Six Sigma, when we talk in the development, there was a period of adoption, period of awareness. People start to be aware about the Six Sigma, because others, they train and they educate other people. The master black belt trains, coach black belts and green belts, functions at the Six Sigma program level. Usually those are can manage multiple projects in the organization, so they can be, there is a division sometimes in the company, like I've seen in General Electric, there is a position like senior engineer, technical support associate or something. There is a master black belt position. The master black belt position, he is the person, maybe we can say an equivalent to ordinary organization where they have a quality department, but this here, he has a specific focus on specific projects ongoing in the organization to also develop leaders from the black belt as well as for the green belts, and train them and establish those projects in the organization to achieve their business strategies and goals. So we have from knowledge, participation, musharaka, leading project, وassessing black belt. يعني هنا knowledge معرفة، مشاركة في team، مشاركة في team. Also they have black belts in that team. Leading teams, here leading teams and train others in coaching projects and leading projects. The master black belt is a higher level of the black belt, where you deal with several black belts projects and lead them and train as well as for the green belt. This is the hierarchical Six Sigma black belts, and to be familiarized with the role of each one of them. Moving to the Six Sigma as a philosophy, and here is very interesting point, and a point that people think in the old time as a philosophy of quality. High quality means high cost, or if you are paying more, that means you are getting a high quality. And there are some يعني أمثال الغالي ثمنه فيه، بيقول لك شيء زي كده. And yeah, we cannot say this is absolutely wrong, but we cannot just take it as an absolute, because it doesn't mean this is a right concept. The right concept is to have a high quality and low cost. If you are having high quality and high cost, or equal high cost, that means there is something needs to be improved in your organization. And the cost, when we are talking about it, that the cost would reflect to you as a customer or consumer. It's a result of many other cost factors in the organization, like internal cost, prevention cost, failure cost. الوارنتي اللي بيعطوك هو it's a cost to the factory that they somehow they will put it in the product price tag at the end, so you will pay it somehow. The prevention cost that they put it to improve, for example, or remove a cost or failure to be appeared in the product or the service. This is also a cost the organization paid, and it's going to be associating with the final price tag on the product or the service that you are going to purchase. So the old belief that the Four Sigma here, we're talking about the level of variation exists in the process. They believe this the intersect point where is the high quality and high cost. And this is the curve of quality and the curve of cost. As we can see here, the curve is increasing. As we see here, the cost curve is decreasing. But where is the new belief? Believe that the quality can be increased. When the quality increase, the cost also will be decreased. So you will reduce the prevention and internal and external costs by increasing your quality level. When we talk about quality level, all the time, maybe you think about the final shape or the final touch or sense you will get it from that product that has a high price. We are not talking here about your specific point of view about the quality. The quality, it's a customer requirements at the beginning. What the customer requirements has to be defined first, and then we go and define or design the process and the service or the product to meet the customer requirements with the minimum cost, and that has to be done with the minimum variability. The variability معناها ما يكون في متغيرات between the process steps, performance, or the product final results. They have to be with the same exact specification and maintain the lower cost. That when it done or it happened, then we can say that we have better process and reduced cost. So we improve the process by reducing the variability, reducing prevention, appraisal cost, reducing internal and external failure cost, and we increase the quality. So the belief now, or the target now for companies, high quality equal low cost. And the Six Sigma as a method, to get results, we should focus on the behavior of the Y or X. Y is the results of the function of X. For example, if we focus on the causes of the problem, we will definitely have an impact on the effect of that causes. يعني إذا ركزنا على المسببات عالجنا العارض للمشكلة, and so on. So it's input and output process type of thing. If you work on the input, you will result on the, or you will have results on the output. Here is a better view for that. The Y representing the results and the X represent the input factors. E here is the error that appear for uncertainty surrounding the accuracy of the X's. So something normal to have like a tolerance or something. Here is the input. You in the DMAIC, you start with, let's say, many inputs, many information and data, and then you start measure some of those, you analyze few of those, then you focus on improving only this amount instead of having all the inputs you have collected from the beginning, and those are the most critical to be improved, and then you focus on controlling also some of them which needs to be measured over the time. And this is as a method, X and Y, Six Sigma, how it works. The traditional view of the methods for improvement or quality, they always look for the market share, sales growth, profitability, and that's why we see the high quality means high price. This came from this perspective of managing businesses. The focus on the output only, or managing the output is the only one that will increase the price of the product or the service. And that's why people believe that, okay, if it's high price, that means it's a high quality. Where in fact, the non-traditional view means that you have to manage the input of your process or your product process or service process with the consideration of your customer requirements, and you respond to the output. You don't manage the output, you respond to the output. You manage customer cost of quality, service, on-time delivery, product quality, relationships, credit terms, customer trainings, reducing variability, increasing reliability of your product, reducing waste and non-added value, and we will come to that soon when we talk about also the lean. So you input variables here, you manage them with the consideration of your customer requirements to meet the customer satisfaction, and the market share, the sales growth, the profits, those are output, you respond to them. If it's not meeting your business strategy, you go back here. You don't just work on this side where you just increase prices to improve your profit or your sales growth at the end, okay? So this is how the non-traditional view for the Six Sigma methodology, how it implement managing the period to your business. If we compare the Three Sigma, which is the classic quality level or the average quality level used to be in 1980s that time, and it was acceptable until very maybe soon, or some even if some organization work in this level, you will tell now after we read this table, it will be barely be able to survive in the market now. 15 to 25% of sales dollars on cost of failure. When we talk about failure, doesn't mean defective products. We can talk also about internal cost, prevention cost, and there are sessions explaining about the difference between these type of costs in the quality control course. And so they spend their sales money and their revenue into failure internal cost or prevention or any other appraisal cost. And that's why they work on the output to increase more the price of their products and services to come up or to overcome up with this one. Whereas in the Six Sigma company that work in the Six Sigma level, they spend 5% of sales dollars on cost of failure. So 5% here versus 15 to 25. Process better managed. Here only output of the business goals managed, profit, sales growth. Whereas here, the process, the one managed, the customer requirements from the beginning, it was managed. The Three Sigma company relies on inspection to find defects. يعني يعتمدوا على البحث ولا اللي هو inspection مراقبة الأخطاء الموجودة في المنتج ولا في السيرفيس. In the Six Sigma relies on capable process that don't produce defect. You see the difference? في Six Sigma بينظر على البروسيس capability، قدرة البروسيس، ويركز عليها إنه يحسنها حتى تنتج بدون أخطاء. هنا ما بيركز على البروسيس، على الأوتبوت. Always they look after the problem is already done. They look for the defects in the production line. They look for the defects in their employee performance. They look in the defects of the customer returns. So they look the defects after the process. Here they look on the process capability to prevent the defects from happening. Does not have a disciplined approach to gather and analyze data. The Six Sigma company use measure, analyze, improve, control, and measure, analyze, and design. It has a systematic way to approach the data. The Three Sigma company benchmarks themselves against their competition. So they have competitors. يعني عندك في نفس الفيلد حقك مطعم, the closest restaurants to you, خلينا نقول bank, you look to the other banks next to you. Whereas the benchmark in the Six Sigma company, they benchmark themselves against the best in the world, the best practice, regardless if this best practice was your competitors or no. You see the difference? You put upper scale. Maybe your competitors are not doing very well in those things that we are talking here at the beginning, the first two. So you are, again, coming to the same point. You are focusing on the output only. Believes 99% is good enough. The Three Sigma company. The Six Sigma company believes 99% is not acceptable. And definitely 99% is not acceptable if you implement it to 1 million transaction or 1 million product. You will see the amount of defects coming out of them is huge, that you cannot deal with such organization perform at this level, 99%. Define critical to quality internally, define critical to quality externally. What does it mean? Critical to quality, الأشياء الأساسية للجودة, whether in your product you are designing or your process you are working to improve, or to your service transaction. After you collect the voice of customer, after you convert it to something measurable, metrics, here they work it internally, يعني inside the company or inside the organization. Here they define the critical to quality externally. They hear and listen to the end customer and the end user of the product. Then that's the difference between the two companies. We will stop here for now, and we will continue in the next session the development of Six Sigma, and introduce to you more information after this Six Sigma methodology, historical periods and phases being discussed. We will go in depth more about measuring the Six Sigma, how the Lean integrated with the Six Sigma and what each one of them does, how we estimate the Sigma level, and we will do some example and solve example. Also, we will see how the Six Sigma in the academia and schools, they provide Six Sigma measure as a program to study and learn. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next session.